These Tulare County drillers are digging a new well several hundred feet deep so that a farmer can water his orchard. Well drillers like these have been busy in the 5 years of California's crippling drought. Across the arid San Joaquin Valley, wells are being dug at a remarkable, some say dangerous pace. 2 years after Governor Jerry Brown signed a bill intended eventually to put limits on groundwater pumping, farmers dug 2,500 irrigation wells in the San Joaquin Valley last year alone. It's the highest number on record. Largely cut off from the surface supplies traditionally delivered by the state and federal governments, farmers are relying almost exclusively on groundwater to keep their crops from shriveling up. But all that unregulated drilling and pumping has come at a substantial cost for some communities. With groundwater levels plummeting, almost a third of the towns in Tulare County have suffered failures to drinking water wells. It happened this summer in Woodville, a small farm worker community surrounded by agriculture and farmers' pumps. For nearly 3 weeks after one of the town's wells failed, Woodville's residents were ordered to drink bottled water. In nearby East Porterville, residents know those burdens better than most after the groundwater levels dropped below homeowners' shallow wells.
This pump right here, I always hooked it right in there. It was very difficult. Like, I had disassembling my seats in my van to get buckets into. I had to go get some buckets from Lowe's, Home Depot, and then 5-gallon buckets and start hauling in that van, but it was too far for me and I blew some shocks out of my van.
Failing community wells was one of the reasons why a state senator introduced a bill this year that would have put restrictions on counties issuing permits for new wells.
We can't continue to put straws in the ground when our basins 21 of them are in critical overdraft and another 100 are of high and medium concern.
Wolk's bill failed to get a hearing in the state assembly after intense pressure from farmers, local governments, and business groups. They say they'd prefer to wait for the new groundwater law to take effect.
Really, the problem with the way the Wolk bill approached it was this groundwater problem is really complex, and there isn't kind of a broadsword or a hammer approach that's going to solve the problem.
Farmers, for their part, are largely unapologetic. They've had to lay fallow tens of thousands of acres of crops because of surface water shortages. They say they have no choice but to pump to keep their remaining crops alive.
Now we're into a situation where the surface supply has been completely cut off. And, farming's a business. So guys aren't gonna pack up and leave if they have an option to go to in hopes to get through a time period to get some sanity back. And that's kind of what everybody's doing right now.
But others say short-term restrictions on new agricultural wells are needed to prevent more communities like Woodville from ending up going dry.
Without farming, will this community be here? No. Would the farming happen if we didn't have farm workers? No. So, I don't know what the answer is. But we got to find a happy medium somewhere so we both can coexist, because we can't exist without the other.
Reporting for the Sacramento Bee, I'm Ryan Sabalow.